I remember the day I noticed something was off. She laughed with him in a way that made my heart sink. It was a laughing that felt different, and deep down, I knew I was losing her. When she walked away with my faith, it felt like a big, heavy rock was sitting on my chest. I could have let that hurt make me sad and give up, but instead, I took that pain and turned it into something strong. I chose to work hard and chase my dreams. Every time I faced a problem, I built something amazing from it, like a castle made of my own hard work. Trust is like a frail spark. It can light up everything or fade away just like that. When I first met Lily, the spark was bright. We laughed and shared our goals, and I quickly let my guard down. But then things changed. Lily started to pull away, and I felt my world tilt. I was busy building my business, putting in late nights and hard work. But while I chased my dreams, an uncomfortable feeling settled in my stomach. I wanted to trust her, but questions crept in like shadows. Each late-night text and vague reason chipped away at my heart. Was this love real? Or was I just being foolish? One night, I made a choice that would change everything. I followed her, and what I saw made my heart drop. She was with another guy, hugging him like they were more than friends. My heart crackled with deception. Anger bubbled up, and sadness threatened to drown me. The trust I'd built broke, leaving me feeling lost and desperate. When I addressed her, I hoped for the truth. "Lily, what's going on?" I demanded, my voice shaky. She stammered, trying to explain, but her words felt empty. Doubt swirled in my mind like a storm. Watching her slip away was like watching a cool breeze turn into a furious wind. How can I dream of a bright future when the past hangs over me like a dark cloud? I remember when Lily and I talked about our big plans. We dreamed of a life filled with fun and love. We were going to rule the world together. But one day, it all fell. Just like that, our dreams went away, and I felt betrayed. I thought I could build my own empire to forget. I worked day and night, putting everything into my business. But it felt empty without her. I'd money and success, but where was the joy? I wanted someone to share it with. Someone who wouldn't leave me when things got tough. Why did she have to go? I muttered to myself, looking at the wall. Could I ever trust again? Doubts swirled in my mind like a storm. I needed to find someone who understood my dreams, someone who wouldn't vanish when difficulties came. I took a deep breath. I won't let betrayal define me, I told myself. I'd to be tough. I could shape a new future, one filled with hope and resilience. But as I opened my heart again, I wondered would I find real love, or just more heartbreak. As I sat in my office, doubt wrapped around me like a thick blanket. I couldn't think straight. Trust felt like a fragile glass that had broken, leaving sharp pieces stuck in my heart. Every day reminded me of Lily and how she'd betrayed me. I was scared to let anyone in. Healing felt impossible, like walking in a dark tunnel with no way out. Can I ever trust again? I asked myself. The thought made my stomach twist. New relationships felt like walking a wire. I searched my memories, trying to figure out how I ended up so lost. I set up walls around my heart. I knew I needed to protect myself, but it also made me feel lonely. I was strong, but my fortress felt empty. Every time I met someone new, fear gripped me. What if they hurt me too? I wanted to believe in love again. But the sting of betrayal was always there, waiting. I'd built a life I was proud of, but it felt empty without real relationships. Doubt was a heavy weight, warning me of the risks of opening up. How could I trust again when trust was so easily broken? I knew I'd to face my fears. I took a deep breath and stepped out of my office, my heart racing. I was trying so hard to focus on my work, but when I saw Lily again, it hit me like a freight train. My heart raced fast. Half of me was mad, and the other half wanted her back. I thought I was over her. But there she stood, making me feel things I thought I'd hidden deep. The faith we once had felt broken, and I needed to know why. "Why did you walk away?" I asked, my voice firm but shaky. Lily looked away, avoiding my gaze. "You know why?" she shot back, her voice protective. I could see the walls she built around her, like she'd made a whole new life without me. The strength I thought I'd collapsed the moment I faced her. I felt like a soldier who'd fought hard only to find the enemy still there. Was this a chance to clear the air or just more chaos? My mind spun with thoughts. "Do you even care?" I pressed, my voice cracking. "I made a life without you, but you left a hole inside me." She looked hurt, but the silence between us felt louder than anything we could say. I was trying to fix my life, but betrayal hit me like a punch. Every day, my trust problems grew stronger. Lily's late nights and secret texts were like flashing danger signs. I felt like I was sinking in a sea of pain, each memory of her distance dragging me down deeper. I spotted signs of betrayal everywhere. The way she smiled when she thought I wasn't looking, the phone calls that ended the moment I walked in, those moments haunted me. I wanted to believe in love, but it felt like I was holding to a big fat lie. My heart hurt with every bit of doubt. I needed a way to cope, so I lost myself in work. But every win felt empty without trust. How can I rebuild with her when her actions scream cheating? I thought. Talking to her felt like walking on glass, sharp and painful. Healing from this betrayal felt impossible. I tried to tell myself to move on, but the memories kept dragging me back. I can't let her betrayal control my future. I decided. I'd face the truth. I'd use this pain to build my own path, to make my empire without her. Lily, we need to talk, I said one evening, my voice steady but my heart pounding. She looked up, surprise flashing in her eyes. What's going on? I know something's off. You can't keep lying to me. It's tearing us apart. Her eyes widened, and for a moment, I saw fear. You're crazy. I'd never. Stop. I deserve the truth. I interrupted, my words loud and firm. Suspicion tore at me like a wild animal. I thought our love was strong, but now it felt like a shaky bridge ready to fall. Every late night and every mysterious phone call made my heart race with doubt. Was she really mine, or was it all just a cover for something darker? Days passed, and I felt stuck in a cage of my own making. I wanted to scream, to ask her what was going on, but fear held me back. What if I was wrong? What if my fears were just shadows? But the way she pulled away hurt more than anything. I felt like I was losing her, and it scared me to death. I couldn't stop myself from watching her. Every time I saw her laugh with another guy, it felt like a knife to my gut. I hated how suspicion clouded my thoughts, twisting everything. What are you hiding? I whispered to myself as the pain grew. Why are you acting so strange? I finally blurted out one night. Her eyes widened, and I could see a flicker of something guilt. You're imagining things, she said, brushing it off, but it only increased my fear. Doubt sat heavy on my chest, sucking the joy out of my life. I wanted to trust her, to believe in us again, but the scars were still fresh. I love you, I declared, trying to hold on, but my heart felt like it was cracking. Then stop being paranoid, she shot back, her voice sharp. It was like a slap. The fight between love and suspicion raged inside me, draining me. Could I ever escape this pain? Or was I stuck in this nightmare forever? As I watched Lily come home late again, my stomach twisted. Every time she dodged my questions, it felt like a knife twisting deeper in my gut. Where were you? I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. I was just out with friends, she answered, her eyes darting away. The lie hit me hard. I wanted to trust her, to believe our love was strong, but doubt clouded my mind. Each secret look and weak reason made my heart feel like ice. I felt like I was losing power. Am I crazy for thinking something's off? I muttered to myself. I needed to trust her, but it felt impossible. The anger, the fear, it all swirled inside me. I clenched my hands, trying to stay strong for my business. I can't let this ruin me, I thought. But the more I fought my feelings, the stronger they became. I can't lose her, I whispered, but losing myself felt even worse. I'd to take back power. Listen, Lily, we need to talk, I said, my voice firm. About what? She snapped, her irritation clear. About us. I can't keep living like this. I need to know the truth. Her silence spoke loads, and in that moment, I knew I'd to trust myself. I'd to turn my pain into action. If she was hiding something, I'd find out. I wouldn't let her trickery win. I'll build my empire, I told myself, no matter what. How could someone I loved so much use my feelings against me? Lily had a knack for twisting my feelings, making me question everything. Whenever I challenged her, she'd just act like the victim. Why are you doing this to me? She'd say, and I'd feel terrible for even asking. It hurt deep down, leaving scars I couldn't forget. Looking back, I saw the signs of manipulation clearer. It was like a fog lifted, and I could finally see the red flags waving madly. Trust problems piled up like dirty laundry. I felt broken and lost. I knew I needed to set limits, but how could I start? I began to focus on myself, learning to say no and understanding my own worth. It wasn't easy. "You can't keep treating me this way, Lily," I finally shouted one day. She just smiled. "You'll miss me when I'm gone." But I was done being her tool. Emotional toughness became my shield. Each step I took away from her felt like I was reclaiming my power. I had to tell myself feeling hurt wasn't weakness. It meant I was human. I wanted to break free from the chaos she brought into my life. As I started to build my own life, I became stronger. I accepted the lessons her deception taught me. I won't let anyone manipulate me again, I told myself. Lily had turned my life upside down. I felt lost and confused, stuck in a storm of pain. Trust? It was gone. I needed answers, and I was determined to find them. Every day was like a fight. I kept replaying our memories, looking for signs I might have missed. I thought about our happy times, the laughter, and those nights when she wasn't home. Was I just imagining things, or was there a real reason to worry? I chose to ask my friends for help. "What's up with Lily?" I asked them, hoping for some clarity. They heard, but their words only made me feel worse. I wanted the truth, not just some comfortable lies. Then, I saw her with Tom. My heart dropped. It was like a light bulb went off. The deception hurt, but it also sparked something inside me. I couldn't let this break me. I had to rise above, not just in work, but within myself. The moment I saw Tom across the bar, anger shot through me like a lightning bolt. He was laughing with his friends, totally clueless about the pain he'd caused me. My heart raced, and I felt a wave of betrayal wash over me. I couldn't stop thinking about him and Lily, how she giggled at his jokes and looked so comfortable with him. Each laugh they shared pushed me deeper into a pit of envy. I stormed over to him, fists tight and heart pounding. "What's going on with you and Lily?" I shot at him, my voice steady but angry. He looked at me, grinning, like I was just a nuisance. "She's just a friend, man. You should trust her," he said, his words cutting like a knife. Trust. How could I trust anyone ever again? The weight of betrayal felt like a rock in my chest, making it hard to breathe. I felt foolish, facing the guy who'd helped break my heart. My mind flashed with memories of Lily laughing, now twisted into a painful mess. Emotions crashed around me like a tornado, each feeling fighting for control. Anger bubbled up, sadness weighed me down, and deception sliced through my heart. How could someone I trusted, someone like Lily, turn everything upside down? It felt like I was drowning in a whirlpool of confusion, and facing these thoughts seemed impossible. Every morning, I woke up feeling heavy. My heart ached like it was trapped under a big rock. I knew I had to build my inner strength. So, I grabbed a notebook and started writing. I poured out my feelings, letting the ink soak up the hurt. Writing became my getaway, a place where I could be real. I understood that facing my emotions wasn't weak. It was brave. I had to face the pain, to let it breathe, and to see it for what it was. Rebuilding my trust felt like climbing a steep peak, each step harder than the last. I had to trust myself before I could trust anyone else. Every little win, every moment when I felt clear-headed, helped me stand up straight again. I began to see that not everyone would hurt me like Lily did. There were real friends out there, but I needed to be patient. As I focused on my business, building my empire, I knew that my emotions, though hurtful, were part of my story. They formed who I was becoming. I refused to let betrayal define me. I'd rise up, stronger than ever, ready to face whatever came next. "Why did you do it, Lily?" I snapped one day, addressing her at our favorite coffee shop. Her eyes flickered, but she didn't answer. "Answer me," I pressed, my voice sharp. "I didn't mean to hurt you," she finally said, but her words felt empty, like echoes in a dark room. "Your actions say otherwise," I shot back, feeling the weight of her betrayal press on my chest. As I looked at my phone, I felt like a storm was brewing inside me. Lily had messaged again. Was she really sorry, or was this just another trick? My heart was beating fast. I wanted to trust her, but all I could think about was the hurt she caused me. Memories hit me hard, the fun times we had, the love that felt real. But then everything turned bad. Each time I picked up my phone, I felt like I was in a boxing ring, facing my own thoughts. Should I text her back? Should I give her another shot? Or was I just asking for more heartbreak? My heart pounded as I thought of what I'd done since we broke up. I'd built my life back up from the mess she left behind. I didn't want her to destroy that. But part of me wanted to know why she'd reached out. Leaving the past behind felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders, but I'd no idea what was coming. I remember that day like it was yesterday. My phone buzzed. It was Lily. My heart was beating fast. Could this be my chance for closure? She wanted to meet, and I agreed, hoping for real explanations that could fix some of what had broken between us. When I got there, the air felt heavy. Lily looked different, nervous, maybe even guilty. I braced myself. I expected her to own up to the betrayal that had shattered my faith. But instead, she started talking about her new life, how happy she was with Tom. Each word hit me like a punch. I wanted to scream, to tell her of everything we'd lost, but I stayed silent. As she went on, my heart toughened. I wanted to shake her, to make her understand the pain she caused. All our dreams, the laughter we shared, it felt like a ghost now. I fought back tears, realizing no apologies could bring back what was gone. I felt invisible as she kept talking about her shiny new world. I stood there, listening to Lily's words about her new life. They sounded fake, like she was reading from a script. I felt a rush of anger and betrayal. She'd tricked me, and it hurt deep inside. I'd given her everything, my trust, my heart. But now, I saw the cracks in our relationship. I had a choice to make. I could let her lies pull me down, or I could fight back. I chose to stand tall. I dug deep and found strength I didn't know I had. It was time to focus on me. As I walked away from her, I felt lighter, like a heavy backpack had been pulled off my shoulders. I threw myself into my work, using my pain as fuel. I worked late nights and woke up early. Each hour brought me closer to the dream I envisioned. My hard work paid off. My business started to grow, and so did I. Lily's face faded from my mind. Instead, I pictured success. I was determined to show myself I was more than her betrayal. I turned my anger into drive. I was no longer the hurt guy. I was Jason, a man on a mission. I wouldn't let anyone get in my way. Watch me soar. I whispered to myself, feeling the fire inside me grow. My commitment to my goal was like a lifeline. When Lily walked away, it felt like the ground dropped from beneath me. But instead of wallowing in sadness, I grabbed onto my goals tighter than ever. I had to keep moving forward. I started drawing out my business plan. Day by day, I pushed myself. Remember why you started, I whispered. My entrepreneurial spirit kicked in, and I faced the obstacles head on. I took chances, stumbled, but learned from every failure. I celebrated even the smallest successes like they were giant wins. I knew I had to grow as a person. I read books, took workshops, and met other business owners. Each new piece of knowledge built my confidence. Setbacks. They became stepping stones instead of roadblocks. I began trusting my gut again, knowing every choice was a step toward my dreams. As time passed, I rebuilt myself piece by piece. I stopped looking back and focused on what lay ahead. With each success, I felt lighter, freer. My vision changed from a distant dream to a vibrant reality. I wasn't just starting a business, I was building a legacy. Through all the chaos, I learned my commitment to my vision was my greatest weapon. It led me through the darkest times and showed me a brighter way. The empire I was building showed I could rise from the ashes of betrayal. Lily thought she could break me. I said to myself, a grin creeping onto my face. But here I am, stronger than ever. Building my business became my new passion. After Lily left me, I felt lost and hurt. Instead of sinking into sadness, I chose to turn my pain into something powerful. I jumped headfirst into learning everything about business. I needed to forget the sadness and focus on making money. I studied my competitors closely, finding out what they did right and where I could do better. Every day, I worked hard to build my brand. I wanted it to be strong and distinctive. I listened to my customers, taking their feedback carefully. If they didn't like something, I changed it. This link made me feel alive again. Finding the right team was important. I hired people who believed in my mission, just like I did. Together, we built a lively workplace. I worked on being a better leader, helping my team through tough times. We cheered for each other, enjoying every win, no matter how small. Networking became my lifeline. I went to events, meeting industry leaders and making useful connections. Each handshake and exchange opened new doors. I drank up their stories, using their advice to fuel my growth. Every step I took felt like I was taking back control of my life. My business wasn't just about making money. It was about showing I could rise from the ashes. I turned my sadness into strength. The moment I saw real results from my hard work, a wild rush shot through me. I'd spent countless hours building my business, sticking to plans that guaranteed success. Each obstacle I crushed felt like a prize. Every little win pushed me to reach for more. I found a way to juggle work and my own growth. I met amazing people who motivated me and opened doors I never knew existed. I learned to think outside the box, chasing new ideas that made my business stand out. I took pride in becoming a leader, leading my team toward our big dreams. But success wasn't just about the money. It was about showing I could rise from betrayal. I felt strong, knowing I could make something real. I built my kingdom, a fortress against doubt, where I could finally breathe. The thrill of success filled me with pride and amazement. I wasn't the same guy who'd trusted too easily. I'd become someone who could handle the storm. Standing at the head of my successful business, I knew every sacrifice was worth it. I turned my pain into power, and that feeling was amazing. My heart raced not just from success, but from knowing I'd taken my life back. But then, darkness crept in. People I thought I could trust talked behind my back. "You think you're untouchable." One sneered, eyes glinting with greed. "You're just a pawn in their game." I felt a chill. Doubt seeped into my mind. Was I just a part in someone else's dark romance? I'd to fight back. With every twist and turn, I discovered lies and manipulation. Each discovery stung, but it only fueled my fire. I wouldn't let anyone take my hard work away. "Watch me," I said, looking into the eyes of those who doubted me. "I'll rise higher than you can imagine." Haunting memories stick to me like glue, creeping into my mind when I least want them. I can't shake off Lily's smile or the fun we used to share. It feels like a dream now, ruined by betrayal. I remember those long nights, waiting for her to come home. My heart raced, wondering if she'd show up, and with every tick of the clock, doubt grew stronger. "Where are you, Lily?" I whispered to myself, pacing the floor. I kept replaying the time she came home late. Her eyes would widen, asking me to believe her. But my gut screamed that something was off. Those memories cling to me, dark shadows telling me of the love I lost. Now I'm running my business and trying to build something great. But the ruins of our past still haunts me. Trust used to come easy for me, but now it feels like a fragile glass. I've made walls around my heart, too scared to let anyone in. When I meet someone new, that fear creeps back in. What if I get hurt again? "Are you okay?" a friend asked once, noticing my absent stare. I forced a smile. "Yeah, just thinking." But those memories won't let go. They remind me of all I've lost and shape who I'm now, a man marked by betrayal. I can't change the past, but I want to fight for a future where those clouds don't control me. Suddenly, my phone buzzed. A message from Lily. "Can we talk?" My heart raced. Should I respond? The memories flooded back. I took a deep breath, ready to face the ghost of my past. "Fine," I wrote back, knowing this moment could change everything. Sarah burst into my life like a strong wind, shaking off the dust of my past. After everything with Lily, I thought I'd never feel alive again. But Sarah was different. From the first time we talked, I felt the heavy weight on my heart start to lift. She was smart and funny. We laughed and shared dreams late into the night. It felt good to have someone who listened. With her, I began to heal. Trust wasn't easy, but I wanted to try. With Sarah at my side, I pushed myself at work. I took chances, expanded my business, and made connections I never imagined. Her love lit a fire in me. I started to see a future where I could be happy, even though I still felt the sting of betrayal. One evening, Sarah looked at me seriously. "You deserve happiness, Jason," she said, her eyes steady. Those words hit me hard. Letting go of the past was tough, but I saw that Sarah could be my chance for something real. I was ready to jump into a new life filled with trust and relationship. But then, darkness crept in. I noticed odd things, whispers behind my back, hidden texts on her phone. My heart raced. Was she really here for me, or was there something darker happening? Doubts filled my mind. I approached her one night. "Are you hiding something from me?" Her face went pale. "Jason, I swear, it's not what you think." But I was already falling. My gut twisted with fear. Trust problems bubbled up, and I felt the old scars reopen. I wanted to believe her, but the darkness of betrayal loomed big. As I tried to handle this tangled mess, I had to decide. Could I trust Sarah? Or was I just going into another trap of toxic love, manipulation, and greed? My heart pounded as I waited for her answer, knowing that whatever she said could change everything. Even though Sarah said nice things, worries danced in my head like pesky flies. The deception I felt before left marks on my heart that just wouldn't fade. I built walls around my feelings to keep safe, but those walls felt lonely. Each time Sarah smiled, I wanted to lean in, but something inside tugged me back. I had learned to protect myself, but it felt like being tied down. The idea of letting someone in was scary. Memories of lies and secrets haunted me. Could I really open my heart again? I wanted to rebuild our bond, but fear gripped me tight. Trying to get close to Sarah felt like tiptoeing on ice that could crack any time. I hesitated to trust her, afraid of being hurt again. Every little step forward felt like a fight against my own fears. As I moved through this tough time, I learned those scars could give me strength. I told myself that not everyone would hurt me. I wanted to give Sarah a chance, but fear still stuck to me like a shadow. I needed to find the strength to push past my fears and see what good could come from being open. "Why can't you just trust me?" Sarah asked, frustration flashing in her eyes. "I want to, but..." I stammered, glancing away. "Don't let the past steal your future," she urged. Her voice soft but strong. As I sat across from Sarah at dinner, a flash of hope sparked inside me. I couldn't believe I was feeling this way again, especially after everything that happened with Lily. But Sarah was different. She listened closely as I spoke, her eyes full of love and understanding. I shared my dreams and goals, and for the first time in ages, I felt a connection. My thoughts raced as I imagined a brighter future. I'd built my own empire, and despite the pain, I'd gotten stronger. But the shadows of my past loomed over me. Could I ever trust again? Would I let someone in without fear? The sting of deception still hurt, but Sarah's presence melted some of that ice. She reached out and touched my hand. "You deserve happiness, Jason," she said softly. Her words wrapped around me like a warm blanket, pushing my doubts away. I wanted to believe her. I wanted to embrace this new starting. As the evening went on, I found myself smiling more. The weight of my past started to lift. Maybe, just maybe, I could let go of the hurt. With Sarah, I felt the promise of love again. It scared me, but it also excited me. Just then, my phone buzzed. I glanced down and saw a message from Lily. My heart sank. "You'll regret leaving me," it read. I looked up at Sarah, fear rising in my chest. "I have to take this," I said, my voice shaky. Sarah's expression changed. "Is it about her?" she asked, worry etched on her face. "It's complicated," I answered, urgency creeping in. I stepped outside, my heart beating. Lily had always been cunning, twisting my heart like a puppet. I couldn't let her pull me back in. "Jason, don't ignore me. I know you still care." Lily's voice crackled over the phone. It was a trap, just like before. I took a deep breath, shaking my head. "I'm done, Lily. I won't let you control me anymore." I hung up, my heart racing. When I returned to the table, Sarah's eyes searched mine. "What happened?" she asked. "It was Lily," I admitted. "She's trying to pull me back in." Sarah's grip on my hand tightened. "You can't let her win," she urged. "I know," I said, feeling the weight of my decisions. But as I looked into Sarah's eyes, I realized I'd a chance to break free from the past. I could choose trust. I could choose happiness. With a deep breath, I smiled. "Let's start fresh," I said. And in that moment, I felt the flash of hope grow brighter, ready to face whatever darkness lay ahead. I thought I was done with my past, but then Lily's message hit me like a slap in the face. It pulled me right back into the mess I'd worked so hard to leave behind. I stared at my screen, frozen. Her words fired up a storm inside me: betrayal, confusion, and even a tiny spark of hope. She wanted to talk and explain. I wanted to shout, "Why now?" After everything that had happened. As I read her message, I felt the weight of trust hanging in the air. Could I ever trust her again? I'd built my life, my kingdom, and I'd poured everything into my work. But her shadow was always there, looming. I'd learned to be strong, but this message was like a bomb about to go off. I felt pulled between my hard-earned success and the ghosts of my past that still haunted me. I remembered all those lonely nights, feeling stupid for ever believing in her. And now, here she was, trying to pull me back into her world. My heart raced with fear and anger. Should I respond? Should I let her back in, knowing how much she hurt me? Lily's message hit me like a punch. It pushed me to face a truth I didn't want to see. I hadn't just lost her trust, I'd lost myself. That day marked the start of my journey to find out who I really was. At first, it felt like I was lost in a thick fog, not knowing where to go. I'd built a successful business, but inside, I was falling apart. I'd let her define me. And now, I needed to take back my identity. I began to think about what I loved and dreamed of things I'd pushed aside for our relationship. I remembered how much I loved starting new projects and the rush of making ideas come to life. It was time to accept that again. I grabbed a notebook and wrote down everything I wanted out of life. Not just for work, but for everything. I focused on my strengths, my skills, and my dreams. Each day, I took small steps to rebuild myself. With every win in my work, I felt a little more of my self-worth return. I learned my value didn't come from what others thought of me. I was more than just a partner. I was a person capable of great things. I was starting to love myself again. I knew I couldn't let my past hold me back. Sure, I'd been hurt before, but locking myself away wouldn't fix anything. I chose to take a chance. Embracing new relationships meant letting myself be open. It was a scary step, but I was ready. Then Sarah came along. She was warm and real, and talking to her felt easy. I laughed, something I hadn't done in ages. But deep down, something twisted in my gut. Memories of being deceived haunted me. Trust? It felt risky. I was afraid of being hurt again. "Are you okay?" Sarah asked one day, her eyes searching mine. "Yeah. Just thinking," I answered, forcing a smile. My heart raced. I wanted to let her in, but fear was loud in my head. I took a deep breath. I'd start small. "I like to draw," I told her, testing the seas. Each word was a tiny step. "Really? I'd love to see your pictures," she said, her face lighting up. It felt good to share, but the shadows of my past loomed. With every exchange, I felt myself inching forward. I learned that I didn't have to forget the pain. Instead, I could build on it. I faced my fears head-on. "Why do you hesitate?" Sarah's voice was soft yet strong. "If you keep holding back, you'll miss out." I'd to let my guard down. One evening, we were sitting under the stars. "I'm scared," I admitted, my voice barely above a whisper. "What if I get hurt again?" She reached for my hand. "Life is about risks. You can't let old hurts steal your future." That night, I felt a spark of hope. Maybe I could find joy again. As I opened my heart, I saw how beautiful relationship could be. But just as I was starting to trust, my past came rushing back. I learned that Sarah had a secret. One night, I overheard an exchange that shattered my heart. "Just keep him close," a voice said. "He's an easy target." My breath caught. Betrayal cut deep. I realized Sarah had been playing me, using my weakness against me. "Why?" I approached her, my voice shaking. "Was this all a game to you?" She looked caught, her eyes darting. I didn't mean to hurt you." I stepped back, my heart beating. I'd opened my heart only to find trickery instead. It felt like a dark storm inside me. "I trusted you," I said, anger driving my words. "I thought we'd something real." "Please, I can explain," she begged, but I was done. I turned away, the pain of betrayal burning in my chest. I'd opened up, only to be hurt again. But this time, I wouldn't let it break me. I was stronger now. As I walked away, I understood that every experience, good or bad, was part of my journey. I wouldn't let anyone take my power again. As I stood in my office, alone and surrounded by the walls that seemed to whisper my goals and failures, I knew I was creating something that was all mine. Each hour I worked felt like a step away from the lie that had ripped my heart apart. I'd lost not just a partner but a piece of my soul. The empire I was building became my safe haven, a sign of my strength and progress. I won't let it break me, I muttered, putting my energy into the business. I hired great people, kicked off new projects, and watched my ideas unfold. Each victory felt like a punch back at the heartbreak. I learned my worth wasn't tied to someone else's choices. It came from my fight to rise and chase my dreams. "Look at what you've done," my friend Sarah said, her eyes shining. "You turned pain into power." Those words struck a spark. With every milestone, the sting of deception faded. I wasn't just a victim anymore. I was building a legacy that showed my resolve. This trip was tough, but it made me stronger. I learned to trust again, first myself and then others. "Are you ready for the big launch?" my team asked, buzzing with energy. I nodded, feeling the thrill rush through me. I'd become the creator of my future, not just an empire but a legacy made alone. It was mine, and it felt invincible. I knew this legacy would resonate long after I was gone, a testament to my journey from heartbreak to victory. But I was still wary. The scars of the past told me that trust could be fragile. I had to keep my guard up. Greed and trickery lurked in the shadows, and I was determined not to let them take me down again. "Keep your eyes open," I told my team, my voice steady. "We're in this together." As we prepared for the launch, I felt the weight of deception lift. Just when I thought I was free, a message from Lily lit up my phone. "Can we talk?" it said. My heart raced. Memories rushed back, the hurt, the broken trust. I'd built my life without her, but now she wanted to sneak back in. Anger bubbled up inside me. Did she think I'd just forget? I remembered her smile and the hopes we once shared. But those were gone. All I felt was betrayal. What could she possibly want? Did she really believe I'd welcome her back? No way. I was stronger now. My business was growing, and my life was mine, shaped by my choices, not hers. I took a deep breath, my resolve stiffening. I wouldn't answer her. I'd left her stunned before, and I could do it again. Ignoring my phone, I pushed thoughts of her away. I'd fought too hard to move on. She belonged to the past, and that's where she'd stay.